Hey, welcome back folks to Wild Books. And now we have another installment. Oh, stop please. Anyway, so we have discussed murder mysteries. We've discussed sexuality and fulfillment. We've discussed bizarre tales of greed, hell, and madness. Those are short stories. We'll get the other video. Today, to round off the insanity, is we have a book called My Sensations, I Am That I Am. Yeah, Dracula. Here's a picture. Okay. And that picture actually I took on St. Pete's Beach in Florida. And here's a picture of me on the back, which is not in Florida, but anyway, who cares? So, what is this book about? It's a book of poetry. Click, gone. Are you still there? Raise your hand if you like poetry. Raise your hand if you even know what poetry is. Other than, I hated that in school. Raise your hand if you're still here. Raise your hand if you left. Anyway, so a book of poetry. So what is poetry? If you know what poetry is, then you'll probably, hopefully agree with me or add some more comments to help other people out who don't like poetry, but they don't know what they're missing, I think. So poetry is like reading, prose. Prose is like a novel. It's a story, sentences and paragraphs and all that stuff, prose. Okay, poetry is the way I write it, which is a William Wordsworth way, an English writer many, many moons ago. Very simplistic writing, where in the poems, and here's the key, in the poems, each word, each phrase, each punctuation, comma, semicolon, each positioning of the word as you read it is powerful. So if you're going to read poetry, I would recommend always starting out reading it slow. Savor each word. The poet intended each word to be powerful, each phrase to guide you to the next one, to cause images in your head. And that's key. It causes images in your head. Raindrops falling. Pause. Picture it. Picture raindrops falling. It's very powerful. So, if you haven't read poetry much or never read poetry, it takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it. Because once you start getting into it, and once you start reading it, and start getting it, and feeling each poem, and you read each poem maybe 3 times, slowly, and just sit back and think about what images and what feelings you get from it. Some of these are written in anger. Anger! Now, if I'm going to write paragraphs of anger, I can be like, rah, 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 rah. You might start getting lost, not care anymore. But if I write a poem of anger, Viper's Brood, or something like that, that's actually from Godspell, I believe. Anyway, it's intended to get you to feel that anger. If I'm really happy, it's intended you to feel that happiness. That's what poetry does. That's why it's difficult for people to understand it and read it correctly and get that feeling, because we're reading stuff so fast, or even today everything's going by so fast. This takes time to sit down and contemplate what you're reading. But when you get that anger feeling, and when you get that happy feeling, or when you get that joy feeling, or that family feeling, or whatever, then you realize poetry is really cool. And there's all kinds of poetry out there. Mine are short ones. They're let's see. A short one here. Here's one. I don't know if you can read that, but there it goes into focus. That's short, okay? And it just gives you those kind of feelings. So if you want to dive into this and try it, this would be a great book to try first, because I'm trying to sell it to you. No, because it's actually very simple poetry. And then when you start reading this, and then you start looking at other poetry, how the other poets would write. Some write like this, some write in different formats, in different ways, because poetry can be very free form. It doesn't have to rhyme. Then you'll start even appreciating it more. So that's what I'm saying about poetry, and I think that anybody who hasn't read it or disses it and like poetry, really is not giving it a chance. Because when you feel angry in life, or you feel hatred in life, or you feel love in life, and you feel happiness and joy, or just, all inspiring something, just try to maybe write it down in a couple words. Get a couple books like this, learn how to do it. I'm sure there's some courses online. Anyway, yes, I'm taking a long time with this because I really want people to understand poetry. It is not some kind of, what people might say, sissy, it's that. No, it is one of the most powerful forms. And I'll let you know something else, and then I'll finish on this. When you listen to music, I don't care if you're listening to hard rock, rap, hip hop, country, you're hearing words. They're called lyrics. You notice that it doesn't talk about a whole story. It's just, real quick. And sometimes they position the words in different ways. Okay. Lyrics are basically poetry put to music. So if you take the lyrics of a song, or take the lyrics of a song you never heard before, just pick it, say a country song or whatever. Lyrics to a song you never heard before. And don't listen to the song, just read it. Then listen to the song. You'll see how that is powerful. Because the shorter it is, the more powerful it is. Anyway, take care, try it out, let me know what you think. Have an awesome, awesome day.